How do we write for the ear? Well, it starts with understanding how we process language as a listener. In many ways, what we think about as good delivery is actually speech that's easy to decode. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about how we generate and understand language. So let's begin with a primer on language production. So hypothetical situation. Let's say you and your friend are talking about a movie that's currently playing in theaters. Your friend ends his conversational turn and the spotlight shifts to you. So in order to say something, you first have to select from a huge collection of possible words. So let's say in this situation, you didn't like the movie's twist ending. So in your mind, you have a notion for endingness and you have a notion for your evaluation. So you can't use every word that you know. The average literate person will probably have 50 to 100,000 words rolling around in their head. So you need to pick the word that you want. So let's say you thought the ending was dumb. Well, that gives you a narrower range of choices. So you finally pick the word stupid. That's it. That's how you're going to describe the ending. That's a good fit. Of course, we don't spit out just individual words, all right? You don't just go like, movie bad. You got to put them in order. In English, we would say, the ending was stupid. We wouldn't say something like, stupid ending the was, right? Order matters. Okay, so now you've got the words there and they are in order, but we need to add prosody. So prosody is an important concept for speakers. Prosody describes all the sound and timing things that we do with language. Pitch, loudness, pausing, etc. It's what distinguishes the ending was stupid, implying the other parts were pretty good. And that distinguishes it from the ending was stupid. It was really not a very good ending. Okay, so after we do that, our final stop is in the brain. In the brain is in the motor cortex, where the brain tells the lungs, the tongue, and the teeth to move. Okay. Now, of course, the actual process is much messier, with parallel tracks moving from concept to formulation, with feedback happening at multiple stops, but you get the idea. Decoding speech is equally fascinating, and especially important when we start thinking about how our audience are going to hear and understand our speeches. In general, the decoding process is similar to encoding. So first, the listener has to capture the sound waves in their ear, and then the information is sent to the brain's auditory cortex, and then the listener needs to decode it. Now, process is tricky because the listener doesn't know exactly what you're going to say. You know, speech is pretty ambiguous, especially when you only hear it one word at a time. So honestly, we don't really know the full meaning of a statement until it's over. But of course, we don't listen to each word in a sentence, stop, decode the entire sentence, and then turn our attention back to the speaker. Instead, your brain is constantly switching between processing, decoding, and predicting. So, back to our example. If you already said the ending, your friend's brain has already eliminated tons of potential content. So pragmatically speaking, the ending is going to be followed by only a handful of words, potential words. You're not suddenly going to say the ending, hot dog, pumpkin pie, right? Knowing that listeners need cues for decoding provides a pathway to good speaking. Good delivery starts with speech that's easy to process. We need to help our audiences by giving contextual and prosodic cues.